This is going to be a tutorial about how to edit President Green's segment. The folder's called SU295 2017 Welcome Prez Green 383. That's for our class. If you look at the folder, it has an empty After Effects folder. There's two audio files I put in here. This is the audio of the president. This is the opening music. I put a graphic in here for his nameplate. I put the background title with lights, intro music, and the President Green keeper. And I'm missing one file that I'll add, and that is the ending title. I have to add that back for you. So let's open up the project and see what it looks like in Premiere. Okay, so what I have, let's look at this. So I've made an empty composition for you called _edit master final. There's several tracks here. They're all visible. You'll have to import these files. Put the audio files into the audio folder. Put the graphic files here. I'll add another one. And then put the video files here. So what we need to do is first we have to get the video of the president and the audio of the president to work. When we shot these on the TriCaster, and they are about the same length and they have the same time code. So I'm going to just simply take the president's time code and I'm going to drag it down to the track here. And we'll see that we have him talking, but the audio is terrible. I'll take the audio track and I'll drag that down. And what I'm going to do is just lock that exactly with the other track, so I get pretty close to being accurate. If it's not 100% accurate, you might have to slide this one way or the other to the left or the right.
Hello, alumni and parents. I'm Jonathan Green, your new president at Susquehanna. My wife Lynn Buck and I...
It looks like I'm off a frame or two. I'll have to adjust that. And I can just simply drag this a frame or so.
are honored to join this incredible community.
I went the wrong way. So I'll see if that's better.
We've enjoyed meeting so many of you already, and we...
It's probably a couple of three.
And we want to thank you so much for the warm welcome we've received.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it back here, and then we'll have to... part of your assignment is to get this together. Now here at the beginning, there's nothing happening. He's not talking. So you need to find where the beginning of this is, and then cut this. And the fastest way to make an edit is with the Command K key. That inserts new edits. Let me show you again. Put the cursor, Command K. Cursor, Command K. So I'm making edits wherever I hit the Command K. So now I'll just simply delete the stuff that's at the front that doesn't work. Okay, now we need the introduction title. Let's take a look at that. So there's the intro title, so I'll just slap that down on the beginning. And now I can move this to here. And that should get a beginning. Now the goal of this is at the end you'll have to do a Command K to cut this where the end is. And then you'll put the ending graphic there. We're going to need his nameplate here. So I'll just drag that down here and lay it on top of this. So there's his nameplate. Usually a nameplate's up for 6 seconds. And I almost always put a dissolve. So I'm going to type in dissolve. I lay a dissolve at the beginning. I lay a dissolve at the end. Now the default on this is 5 seconds, so I'm going to just drag that out a second more. There we go. Now, I did this project last week, so I'm going really fast here. Trust me, it took me a lot longer to figure this out than I'm doing right now. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to put the background with lights. So what I did is I made this background, and then in a special effects program I added a little light here on the tree, so when he was standing in front of the tree it looked better. So we need that background down here. So I'll just drag that and I'll put this here. I'm going to put it there. Oops, I'm putting it everywhere here. What's going on? There we go. I'll just put it. It should just snap. There you go. Okay, now the trouble with this is the background is in front of the president. So if I turn this off, you can see the president's still there, but the background, so I have to switch this. So I'm going to take the president and slide the video of the president. Come on. Hello. There we go. Slide the video of the president over top of the background. So the video of the president, I have the nameplate on the top layer. The middle layer has the green screen, and then the bottom layer has the outro. And when you cut this exit, when you cut the end of this, you'll have enough of this to fit. And, all right, so that gets us our basics. And then I have a little 6-second piece of music here you can lay down. Come on music. Let's see, there you go. What's going on with this? Give me that. There we go. There we go. And I'll just put a little 6-second piece of music there. So that works with the title. Okay, now the intro title has a dorky sound effect on it that they added when they made it. It's retarded, so I took it out. So what you can do is you can either mute this track or you can delete the audio only. Here's how you delete audio only. These two are linked together. If you hold the Option key down, you can click on just one, then you can delete it. Now we're good to go. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, alumni and parents.
All right, now we have to deal with this green screen. Now the green screen is called keying. We're going to key to remove the green screen. And the effect that we use on this is called Ultra Key. That's the best keyer that they have in Premiere. There's a better one in a different program, which is the one I ended up having to use. But this is Ultra Key. So I drop Ultra Key on top of here, and it doesn't look like anything happened. And it's because I have to set up the effect for Ultra Key. So I double click on the president's layer, and now I see the effects window here, and I can get the effects controls. I'm going to twirl the opacity up. Now Ultra Key works like this. You have several things you can look at. You can look at the composite, you can look at the alpha channel, or you can look at the color channel. The alpha channel is the section of the picture that cuts out the video. So if I click on the alpha channel, it's completely white because nothing is being cut out. Okay, and if I look at the composite, it's president in green. So what you have to do is you start by selecting a key color. Use the eyedropper and click on it and pick as close to his the side of him or the edge and click on that, and then that cuts around him. Now the trick to this is when you click on this, okay, I'm gonna reset this just for a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna reset. The trick on this is if you click over here, you end up with a lot of noise. You see all the noise up here on the top? So that's probably not so good. And what you have to do is try to find a place that works pretty well. This will probably give me a lot of noise. Yeah, so let's reset that. I'm going to try to get the place that's the best, closest to him right there. Now that looks pretty good. Now what you do next is you go into matte generation, and now you start to clean this up. Now we can look at the alpha channel, and we can see that we have white here and sort of black here, but this has a lot of speckles in it. And what we really want this to be is black, 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 and white, white, white. So you can adjust transparency, highlights, shadow, tolerance, and pedestal. Pedestal is the black. So if you start moving around with the pedestal, you can get a lot of this fixed really fast. Okay, and then what you do is you start working around a little bit with the shadow and a little with the tolerance, and then now I have this looking pretty good. Now I know that he doesn't do much. He doesn't bring his hands over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this instead of trying to fix this with this post. So I'm going to go back to composite. Now that looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another effect to this called crop. I'm going to drag the crop onto the president's clip, and for grins and chuckles I'm going to just show the color channel. Okay, there's the color channel. Now what I do is, if I do the crop, I can just crop on the right, and that will get rid of the edge. So the only reason I went to color channels so you can see what I was cropping. Here's the composite, and now this is all working. And if I turn this effect off, you see what's happening there? I've got this clicked. So what you want to do is you want to get this so that we have this working nicely. We've got the president talking, and it looks nice and clean. We got his logo coming over top of him. The logo goes away. The thing ends, and we fade to black, which is a dissolve. And then you add the logo, the outro logo, on the end. And I will put the outro logo in the graphics folder, and then you import it here. And so what I want you to do is I want you to come up with a completed version of this, and I'll be looking for how clean you got this key. How nice does this key look when you're done? Now I'm going to put this on the teacher's computer in the laboratory, and the password for the teacher's computer, it is com_student, and the password is learn audio and video, no spaces.